You ever had one of those evenings where you're just getting comfortable, maybe slippers on TV humming in the background, and then out of nowhere, trouble comes knocking? Yeah. Picture me middle of my routine and suddenly the doorbell's blasting 3 times in a row like someone's trying to start a fight with the air. I open the door and there she is, Madison 16, going on Queen of the World, standing there clutching her phone like it's a life support machine. That look on her face, pure Karen in training if I've ever seen one. She skips right past hello and hits me with, "I need your Wi-Fi password." Dead serious. Not a smile, not even a please. She flashes her phone screen at me, some TikTok video stuck at 12%. My mom grounded me from mobile data. She huffs like I'm the one who made that call. I have followers waiting for my content. You have to give me your internet. I just blink at her, trying to wrap my head around this audacity. Excuse me, I say honestly, wondering if she's joking. Spoiler alert, she's not. She rolls her eyes and repeats herself even slower this time, like I'm the one struggling. My Wi-Fi password. I can see your network from my room. Full bars. I'll only use it a little, just need to upload my videos. Now, I pride myself on patience, but this was new. Madison, I tell her, trying to keep my voice steady, I'm not giving you my private Wi-Fi password. That's not how this works. You should have seen her face twist up. If looks could kill, I'd be a chalk outline on my own welcome mat. I recognize that scowl instantly. Her mom wears it every time she doesn't get her way at HOA meetings. She's not backing down. Are you serious? It's just the internet. Not like it costs you extra. I shake my head. It's my private connection. I pay for it. If you're having trouble with your phone privileges, you need to talk with your parents. Madison's eyes narrow like she's about to launch a missile. This is ridiculous. I'm calling the cops on you for being unreasonable. She spins around, stomps right through my yard, no respect for flower beds, mind you, and yells, "You're going to get arrested for this," all the way back to that oversized colonial across the street, the one ruled by Karen Peaton, HOA president and apparently queen of the neighborhood. Karen's been running the HOA for 3 years, barking orders, acting like she writes the laws of the land. And Madison, she's the perfect little heir, soaking it all in, learning how to bark just as loud. Honestly, I kind of blame Karen for raising her like this. Madison grew up watching her mom order around landscapers, postmen, delivery guys, anyone who dared step foot on their block. Now she thinks the world owes her whatever she wants, whenever she wants it. And all this drama, it started because Madison got grounded for sneaking out one night. Karen goes full tyrant, no social media, no data, no mercy. But Madison, with her handful of TikTok followers, thinks that's a human rights violation. I'd been seeing her lurking around the neighborhood for days, waving her phone in the air like she's dousing for water, sitting in her car after hours by the community center trying to snag their Wi-Fi. It was almost funny. Until she showed up on my doorstep again the very next morning. She's even more determined this time. Arms crossed, chin out. Look, she says I talked to my mom and she agrees you should share your Wi-Fi. It's basically a community service. Everyone deserves internet access. I had to bite my tongue to keep from laughing. Madison, your mom doesn't decide how I use my internet. It's my house, my connection. Her voice goes shrill. You're being selfish. I have important content to post and you're hoarding bandwidth like some internet miser. I just look at her. I use the internet. I pay for it. That's how utilities work. Her cheeks go red. This is discrimination. You can't deny a resident their rights. I can't help myself. What rights exactly? She puts her hands on her hips. The right to internet access. It's a basic human need. Before I can even reply, she's already texting someone, probably her mom. 5 minutes later, I hear the mailbox clatter. Sure enough, an HOA violation notice, Karen's letterhead all official, says I'm failing to demonstrate community spirit in refusing reasonable neighbor assistance. Threatens a hearing if I don't reconsider my stance on shared community resources. I have to give Karen credit. She works fast. In under 20 minutes, she's turned my Wi-Fi into a public utility. By that afternoon, another letter, this one accusing me of creating discord and violating the spirit of cooperative living. I could practically hear Karen's smug voice in every word. That evening, third letter. Now she's threatening legal action if I keep withholding services from fellow residents. Honestly, I've seen Karen overreach before, but this was next level. She actually believed her daughter's lack of Wi-Fi was a community crisis. Next morning, Madison's back. Phone in hand, fire in her eyes. Last chance, she says, already dialing. Give me the password or I'm calling 911. I'm standing there stunned. You're going to call emergency services over Wi-Fi. She glares. You're withholding public utilities. That's probably illegal. I let out a sigh. Madison Wi-Fi isn't a public utility. She fires back. Yes, it is. Internet's like electricity or water. Now everyone needs it. And before I can say another word, she hits the call button. Now I'm half horrified, half mesmerized. She puts the phone to her ear. I hear the dispatcher 911. What's your emergency? Madison straightens up, full drama mode. Hi, my neighbor's withholding public utilities. He won't give me his Wi-Fi password, and I think that's against the law. The pause from the dispatcher is so long it feels like the world stopped spinning. Then dry as toast, ma'am, is this a life-threatening emergency? Madison hesitates. Well, no. Are you currently without power, water or gas? No, but I need internet for social media. The dispatcher's patience is wearing thin. Ma'am, private Wi-Fi is not a public utility. I'll have an officer speak with you about the appropriate use of emergency services. Madison's confident smirk just melts away. 15 minutes later, a squad car rolls up. Out steps Officer Rodriguez, looking like he's already tired of the day. Madison rushes him, Officer. This man is refusing to share his internet with the community. That has to be illegal, right? Officer Rodriguez glances at her, then at me. Sir, what's going on? I walk him through it. Madison's demands, Karen's HOA letters, this Wi-Fi war. He nods, turns back to Madison. So you called 911 because your neighbor wouldn't give you his Wi-Fi password. Madison shrinks. Well, when you put it like that, it sounds bad. Ma'am, the officer says Wi-Fi is private property. It's not a public utility. Your neighbor doesn't have to share it. Right then, the air splits. Karen's voice sharp as broken glass. Officer, thank goodness you're here. She marches across the street, HOA badge sparkling, ready for battle. This man has been causing trouble for weeks. He's violating community obligations. Rodriguez gives her a look like he's seen it all. And you are Karen Peaton, HOA president, she declares like it's a real government office. This resident has refused reasonable requests. Rodriguez doesn't even blink. Ma'am, what community obligation requires him to share private Wi-Fi? Karen hesitates, then powers through. It's about community spirit. Hoarding resources is selfish. Mrs. Peaton, he says, private internet service isn't a community resource. He's under no legal obligation. Karen's face flushes, but she's not done. But my daughter needs internet access. What kind of neighborhood doesn't support its young people? The kind where people respect private property, I mutter. Karen whirls on me. Don't talk to me about private property. I've documented your violations for days. She turns to the officer. You need to do something. Rodriguez has had enough. Ma'am, filing false reports is a misdemeanor. Your daughter called 911 about a non-emergency. That's serious. Madison pales. Wait, I could get in trouble. Yes, ma'am. Misuse of emergency services is taken very seriously. A crowd started to form. Mrs. Chen across the street filming with her phone. The Johnsons peeking out their curtains, barely holding in laughter. Karen notices and tries to save face. This is all being blown out of proportion. We're just trying to resolve a simple community issue. Rodriguez shakes his head. Ma'am, there's no community issue here. This is private property, and you can't force someone to share their internet. Madison looks like she's about to cry. Am I Am I going to get arrested? Not today, he says. But I am issuing you a formal warning. Any more false reports and charges will be filed. Karen's cycling through every color in the red spectrum. This is outrageous. I'm filing a complaint with your supervisor. That's your right, ma'am, but the facts won't change. Rodriguez finishes his report and drives off, leaving Karen and Madison frozen in the middle of their lawn, defeated, humiliated, and suddenly very quiet. You'd think that would be the end, right? Nope. That evening, Mrs. Chin's video starts making the rounds in the neighborhood group chat. By bedtime, everyone knows about Karen's latest power play and Madison's 911 stunt. Next morning, I get a call from Tom Harrison, the HOA vice president. We need to talk about Karen, he says. Board's calling an emergency meeting. 3 days later, the HOA's gathered in the community center. Karen shows up looking defiant, but the board's done playing games. Tom opens the meeting. I move to remove Karen Piton as HOA president for abuse of authority and bringing public embarrassment on the community. Karen explodes. This is a witch hunt. I was just enforcing standards. Board member Sarah shoots back. You tried to force a resident to share his private internet. That's not enforcement. That's harassment. The vote unanimous. Karen's out. And Madison banned from the community center for a month misuse of emergency services. The girl who claimed Wi-Fi was a human right now gets to sit with her own thoughts in 0 bars. That night, just for laughs, I changed my Wi-Fi name to No Free TikToks Here. And across the street, Karen's house went dark early. The mighty HOA queen, brought down by her own overreach, lost her title, her power, her spotless reputation, all because she couldn't accept a simple fact. Not everything in this world is hers to control. So let me ask you, where do you draw the line between being a good neighbor and protecting your boundaries? Who was in the right here? Me standing my ground, or Karen and Madison fighting for what they saw as community spirit? Drop your take below. I want to hear your stories, your run-ins with neighborly nonsense, your HOA drama. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a laugh, or maybe a reminder that sometimes no is a complete sentence.